Paper Lantern, Part 3. The Bridge of Light. A 1,000-word, emotional USA story. The town of Maple Hollow hadn't seen a winter this cold in years. Frost clung to the windows, and the snow outside lay heavy and untouched. But inside Lily's small art studio, the warm glow of lanterns flickered like stars come to rest. It had been a year since Lily and the townspeople rebuilt the lantern festival in memory of her father. That night, when hundreds of paper lanterns rose into the sky, had changed everything. People called it the Lanterns of Hope. For Lily, it was more than a name. It was the night she began to heal. Now, as the anniversary approached again, she wanted to make it even more meaningful. This year, she wasn't just honoring her father's memory, she was building a future. "Lily," said Mrs. Klein, the librarian, stepping into the studio with a smile. "The kids are already asking if there'll be a new design this time." Lily grinned. "Something special, I promise. This year's lanterns will carry messages." "Messages?" "Yes," Lily said softly. "Each lantern will have a handwritten note from someone who's lost someone or wants to thank someone. When we release them, we'll be sending those words into the stars." Mrs. Klein pressed a hand to her heart. "Your father would be so proud." Lily smiled, but a familiar ache stirred inside her. Pride, yes, but she still missed him every single day. That night, as snow whispered against the windows, Lily sat at her father's old workbench. His tools were still there, neatly arranged. The wood scarred from years of use. She unfolded an old letter she'd never finished writing. It was the last one she'd meant to send him before he passed. "Dear Dad, I know I don't say it enough, but everything I am, every color, every brushstroke comes from you. I hope someday I can make something that makes people feel the way your lanterns made me feel." The words stopped there. She had never found the courage to finish. A soft knock pulled her from her thoughts. Standing in the doorway was Sama Kandide Carpenter, who'd helped her rebuild the bridge last year. "Hey," he said, snowflakes clinging to his coat. "Heard you're doing something big again." "You could say that." Sam walked in, brushing off his gloves. "Need a hand?" Lily hesitated, then smiled. "Always." As they worked, folding paper and cutting frames, laughter filled the air. For a moment, the studio felt alive, again like her father's spirit was in the room, humming softly between the lanterns. The next morning, news spread that the old wooden bridge, the same one her father had built years ago, had collapsed under the snow. It had connected Maple Hollow to the nursing home across the creek. Many of the elderly residents couldn't cross anymore. Lily stared at the broken bridge from the hill. The water beneath was frozen, jagged like shattered glass. She turned to Sam. "We have to fix it." He looked uncertain. "In this weather?" "That could take weeks, and we'll build something temporary," Lily insisted. "We'll light it with lanterns so they know they're not forgotten." Sam looked at her, then smiled. "You really are your father's daughter." For days, they worked through the cold. Townsfolk brought soup, tools, and encouragement. Children carried small lanterns to line the path. The local news even covered the story, calling it the Bridge of Light Project. On the final night before the festival, Lily stood at the edge of the frozen creek, staring at the half-finished bridge. Her hands were blistered, her body exhausted. "What if it's not enough?" she whispered. Sam came beside her. "Your father once told me something, you know?" Lily looked up, surprised. "You knew him?" "Yeah," Sam said. "He helped me fix my mom's porch one summer. I was a kid, broke the railing, thought I'd get in trouble. But he said, 'Son, it's not about what you break, it's about what you choose to rebuild.'" Lily blinked back tears. "He really said that?" "He did." Sam smiled. "And you're rebuilding more than wood here, Lily. You're rebuilding hearts." On the night of the festival, the townspeople gathered by the creek. The repaired bridge glowed with lanterns, their light dancing across the icy water. Children clutched paper lanterns inscribed with the messages of love, loss, and gratitude. Lily held her father's old lighter in her hand. It was scratched and worn, but it still sparked perfectly. She stepped to the edge of the bridge. "A year ago, we sent lanterns into the sky," she said, her voice trembling through the microphone. "This year, we send them across the bridge to remind us that even when something breaks, love can build it again." She lit her lantern and placed it on the water. It drifted forward, the flame glowing bright against the dark. One by one, others followed. Soon, hundreds of lanterns floated under the bridge, creating a river of light that shimmered like gold. The crowd fell silent. Lily whispered into the wind, "For you, Dad," as the lanterns floated away. Sam reached into his pocket and handed Lily something smaller folded piece of paper. She opened it. Inside was a message written in familiar handwriting. "Dear Lily, if you're reading this, I guess I'm not there to tell you how proud I am. Keep building bridges, sweetheart, between people, between hearts, between the light and the dark, because that's what the world needs most." It was her father's handwriting. Tears welled in her eyes. "Where did you?" Sam smiled softly. "Your mom gave it to me before she moved. Said to give it to you when you were ready." Lily looked out at the glowing bridge, her heart overflowing. "I think I finally am." As the final lantern disappeared beneath the stars, Lily felt something she hadn't in years. Peace. The bridge wasn't just made of wood and light. It was built from every heartbeat, every memory, and every act of kindness her father had ever inspired. Moral of the story: even when life breaks the bridges we once crossed, love gives us the courage to rebuild them brighter, stronger, and full of hope.